So why is playing survival horror video games an interest of mine? There are a couple reasons why I find this specific genre of video game so interesting, fascinating. I'm going to explain to you why I love it, things that I think make it a good genre, and my favorite ones to play. There are certain reasons why I love it. There are scares throughout the game. Oftentimes the scares that you see are called jump scares. And jump scares are when enemies pop out of nowhere and they try to kill you. And I really love that because you don't know what's around the corner and you don't know what's waiting in the other room. And I just really love things that scare me. You actually have to think in the game. In these games, you have to do a lot of puzzles in order to get a key, and just to further yourself into the game, because there's no way you'll go more into the game until you solve those puzzles. And I like that because the video game doesn't do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Specific things that make survival horror a good genre. This genre is inspired by horror fiction. So the creators of these games get to make enemies that are supposed to scare the player. And I really think what they make is amazing because you don't see these monsters in other video games and you don't know how these enemies are going to kill you. The survival of the character in the game is the focus point. You're trying to keep your character alive because when an enemy does attack you, they get a hold of you and they do kill you, they're really gruesome deaths. And I like that because I feel paranoid through the whole game, and it's just, I don't want to see the character get killed because it's really scary. There are a few survival horror games I really love to play. My favorite of all time is Resident Evil. Specifically, I like the older ones. Just because I think they're the true definition of survival horror. And when Resident Evil 1 came out, that's when they actually used that term survival horror in a video game to just because I mean it really does describe it. And the enemies that you see in this game are zombies and different monsters that they create, but the zombies are really creepy, and I think the zombies that they created in that game is how zombies should be, like in movies and stuff when they make them, because they're just really creepy. The puzzles in Resident Evil as well are crazy because if you move a certain piece in the wrong spot or you just press the wrong button, you can die, and I think that's really cool. My second favorite is Silent Hill. In Silent Hill, you're in one world and you go through a specific door and you're taken into a completely demented world. It's just really crazy how it is. And the only ones I have played are just Silent Hill 2 and 3, and those are old ones too. And I just really think they're awesome because they actually do scare you. Some of the new ones aren't very good, but you have to solve puzzles too in this game, so it's really cool. These are a couple reasons why I love playing this specific type of video game. It's a hobby that I do, and it's a hobby that I get to do with my brothers. We usually do it in our spare time, and it's just a way I get to bond with them. It's really awesome. If you love things that scare you, survival horror video games are something you should try.